What's going on, guys? It's Salvajee from the Salvajee Cartel, and welcome to another episode of Salvajee Speaks. In this Salvajee Speaks, I will talk about why you should not be afraid, because let's face it, a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people are afraid to go after what they really want in life. A lot of people are afraid to stop following society standards. A lot of people are afraid to just simply go do what they actually want to do with their lives. And when it comes down to it, like I said on my How Bad Do You Want It video, when it comes down to it, you're going to be on your deathbed, and then you're going to realize that you shouldn't have been afraid, that you should have gone after what you really wanted. So you guys are wondering, where did this idea come from, right? Like, how did I get inspired to make this Salvajee Speaks? You see, I was listening to the song called Not Afraid by Eminem, and I realized that the song has 675 million plus views, right? And the more I looked at that number, the more I realized that people are still afraid. People listen to that song, and yet they are still afraid to take a stand and to go after what they really, really want. See, guys, when it comes to music, I believe music is one of the most powerful weapons that you can have in your arsenal. So what do I mean by this? What do I mean by music being a weapon? All right, you see, music can help you or music can destroy you. There's people who listen to music that they just get motivated, you know, they just get fired up. For example, sometimes I really just don't feel like making a video, but then I just listen to this motivational music, right? For example, Not Afraid by Eminem, you know, I just randomly found it on YouTube, and then I listened to this song, Not Afraid, and look at that, I am on fire right now. I got really motivated to make this video, right? And of course, then there are those people who they just love being a victim, you know, they just love telling themselves that they're a victim in life and in today's society. And these types of people will listen to music that's very, very depressing. And the reality is that if you listen to music that's very depressing, that is influencing you at a subconscious level. That is literally destroying you little by little. I'm going to talk about the subconscious mind in a future video, but literally this is what I'm trying to say. Let's say you have a nightmare, right? When you wake up from that nightmare, you kind of still think that the nightmare was real. This is how depressing music works, and this is how motivational music works, right? You are literally listening to words. You are listening to a melody that is influencing your brain at a subconscious and at a conscious level. So you can either get depressed, you can either start crying, or you can actually get completely motivated and go out there and crush your goals. Guys, the point that I am trying to say is that the music that you listen to will define you. So try not to listen to, you know, a lot of freaking songs that just depress you, all right? You guys know exactly what's good and what's bad for you. So anyways, let's get back to not being afraid. I actually did wanted to make the point about music. I wanted to get off topic just because that whole point about music really is something that not a lot of people are aware of. And of course, I wanted to bring more awareness to that. But anyways, why should you not be afraid, all right? Well, here's the reality of it, right? A lot of people out there are following society standards, all right? And this is literally the best example I can come up with when it comes to why you should not be afraid, all right? A lot of people are following society standards, which means that at some point they're going to have a baby, you know, they're going to have a family. And I want to tell you this, right? Let's say that you are afraid to go after your goals. Let's say that you are afraid to go after your dreams. The same thing that I said on my How Bad Do You Want It video, it's going to happen to you. You're going to be on your deathbed. You're going to be regretting that you didn't take the chances, you know, that you were afraid to take. And then you're going to tell your son, you know what? Life is really unfair. And you know what you just did right there? You literally ruined your entire family legacy. So for the sake of your family, don't be afraid. Take fucking chances, because what you do today to get to your goal, it's going to make a better future not only for you, but also for your family legacy. So according to society, there is this word called fail, right? Which means that when you get defeated once, you have failed forever. And that is one of the main reasons why people are afraid. That's one of the main reasons why people are afraid to fail. But the reality is that you guys should not be afraid of failing at all. Because failing isn't a thing. Failing is something that society freaking taught you so you don't go out there and make millions. But the reality is that you want to make millions. You want to have a great life. And that's why you guys should not be afraid of failing, because failing is a thing that doesn't exist. You know what fail means? Fail means first attempt in learning. All right, one temporary defeat isn't going to stop you. When you were a kid, when you were on your freaking bike, you fell time and time again. I remember I fell on my bike so many times, right? And I still kept on trying. I didn't know how to swim until I was 9. I would go to the pool, I would keep on trying, I would not swim by myself, but guess what? It got to a point that I stopped being afraid and I went to the deep and I learned how to swim by myself. All right, of course, with, you know, the help of some family members and stuff. But you guys get the point. All right, don't be afraid of failing. The only thing you guys should really be afraid of is you guys should be afraid of not making an impact in the world. You guys should be afraid that you guys are going to die and no one's going to remember your name. That's the only thing you guys should be afraid of. And of course, there's other things that you guys should be afraid of, but I'm not really going to mention them out in this video because that's, of course, an idea for a future video. But anyways, that's all, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Salvajee Speaks. If you did, make sure to slap that like button. Make sure to subscribe to join the Salvajee cartel, and I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Peace.